Welcome to Ural Federal University, one of the biggest and well-known universities in Russia. Thank you for all of you. Thank you all of you for joining us today in our webinar. And it's great to talk to you today. And hope you all can see and hear me well, and all of us. If your microphones are switched on, please do switch it off, because otherwise there are going to be some technical problems and issues about hearing me. Let me be today your host of today's webinar. My name is Svetlana. I'm a manager at the Department of International Educational Programs. And just a little housekeeping before we get started. First of all, if you have any questions, I know your questions will appear during our presentation, please type them into on your Zoom control panel. You will see the chat or the question box in Zoom, and please type it right there. Our manager of today's translation will bring them all up, and after our presentation we are going to reply on all of them. So now I think it's high time to start. And first of all, let me introduce, if everything is clear, if you can hear me well, can you wave your hand, yes, or nod? Nice, that's really nice. Now, first of all, let me introduce our first speaker, Ms. Maria Mukaseva. She is the head of the Department of Preparatory Language Courses for foreign students, for foreign learners, with a welcome speech.
Hello, everybody. Do you hear me well? Okay. So I'm very happy to welcome you, to greet you on behalf of Ural Federal University and on behalf of Preparatory Department, as a head of Preparatory Department. So at last you're here, and we will start cooperating with you, and we'll get very good results, I hope. So our Preparatory Department is a part of UrFU, and UrFU is the leading university of the region, which prepares specialists for Russia, for whole Russia. Our university, can you switch the next slide? Our university is quite a huge one, and as you can see, every year there are 35,000 students. Among them, there are about 4,000 international students, creating a very unique and diverse international group, helping us to understand each other, to understand the whole world, and to get acquainted with different cultures and different nationalities. So there are quite a lot of campuses at the university. And that's why when you arrive, please be very careful with the address, because there are 14 academic campuses and there are about 13 dormitories for you just to know where to go, where to meet different specialists. Okay, so can you switch the next slide, please? Okay, thank you. So you are students of Preparatory Department of academic year 2020-2021. And this is quite a unique and unusual year, because we start this year online. And if you have a look at the slide, you will see that there are online classes. The course itself will be distant and online from the very beginning. You will have online lectures, you will have online chat with your teachers and tutors. We were very busy during autumn period preparing this course for you to start, not to waste time, to begin. So I would like to tell you that this is a very good advantage for you. because when you arrive to Russia, you will have this very beginning skill, knowing the language a little bit from the very beginning, but it will help you even at the airport from the very beginning. So let's start the year, and I really ask you, please study hard, hit the books, do your best, and study the language, study the new culture, and you are very welcome at our preparatory department. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria, for the welcome speech. I'd like to introduce our next speaker, presenter, Ms. Ekaterina Fedorova. She will be your program manager. I hope when you all come here to Russia, you will have a lot of time spent with Ekaterina as well, with all of us. And now Ms. Ekaterina Fedorova will tell us about the preparatory department, the schedule, and the process of education.
Hello, dear students. You're welcome to our university, to our preparatory department. We are really happy that you join us. I will tell you a few words about our studying process. First of all, when you will start with a distant learning, but we hope that the borders will be open very soon, and we are waiting for you. When you come to us, you will study in one of our campuses, and you can see the name of the street. This is Chapaiva Street, and there are all classes for your proper study, and all classes are equipped with modern equipment, modern computers. So you will spend your time there, most of your time there when you come. But now we are starting in a distant form, and can you please, next slide? Yeah. And your distant learning will include from 12 to 16 webinars a week. And of course, you will need to spend a lot of time for your self-study. And it will be also from 12 to 16 hours per week. It depends. So totally in a week, you will have 28 hours of intensive Russian language course. And amount of webinars and for exercises for self-study depend on your group pathway. So the teachers will look how successfully you are in studying language, and they will correct sometimes your webinars and self-study lessons. But the first weeks, the very first weeks, you will have more webinars to be included in process. In winter 2021, it will be midterm, and there you can decide. You can continue studying Russian language in your Russian language group, or if you're going to enter the university, you can join the profile group, the group that will study not only Russian language, but some subjects to enter the university. It depends on what direction you will choose. And the final exam on Russian language you will have in summer, in June 2021.
So may I add a little bit that at the end of the year or twice a year, we are conducting state exam for Russian language knowledge. So if you want to get the citizenship, or you want and need this official document, twice a year we have a right to conduct a state exam with the official certificate.
About study groups, now about the studying process. Your study group consists of no more than 12 students, and the most important person in your group, this is your group tutor. this is a person who will help you in all your questions and all your problems of studying process. So he or she will answer your questions about schedule. He will explain your university rules. This is a person who connects you with all university staff, with all university services. And so this is the person who will help you in everything. You probably, some of you already got the greeting letter, but anyway, each of you will get this greeting letter and about the schedule of your group, about time your first webinar. So please just be in touch. Check up your email that you gave us. All information will be sent there. And you will also get instruction for students how to behave on your webinars, because there are, you understand the specific of this studying, and we need to follow unit, and we need to follow some rules to make your studying the best. So, and one of the most important requirements, check that you have proper internet connection. You can use video and audio on your computer, and it's very important, set up Russian keyboard layout before you start your first webinar, because you will need it from the very first lesson. That's it. So I will be happy to answer your questions later.
Okay, thank you, Ekaterina. And now, so much for that, for talking about academic things and issues. Now it's high time to start the talk about some extra academic things like arrivals, visa, opening of borders, which those questions which bothers all of us a lot. So I would like to give the floor to my colleague, the manager of the Department of International Educational Programs, Mr. Michael, or Mikhail in Russian, Mikhail Kapyrin, who is responsible for all those stuff. You're welcome.
So, hello, dear students. I'm glad that I can finally see you in person, because previously we were in touch only via email. So I'm very happy that you all came today, and I want to now go through some points. Can I also ask to switch for the next slide, please? Можно следующий? So, so basically, I will explain the complete procedure from the beginning now. The first thing that you need to know is that we expect most of our students to travel to Russia before January. So we are now hoping that the situation, the epidemiological situation, will be more stable soon in the nearest time, and we will be ready to start initiate the visa invitation issuance in December. So as I've already indicated in my emails to you all guys, the visa invitation takes around 30 working days to get ready, but it was in the previous years, and as we all know, this year is very much special. So we hope that the procedure will not be any longer than in the previous time, and we also expect all of you guys to travel to Russia by January. But still, it will depend on the epidemiological situation once again. So also the next very important point that we will ask you guys to make the to get the negative COVID-19 test, which before you travel to Russia. The test results should be not older than 3 days. Basically, you should somehow calculate the time, buy the tickets, then do this test, get the results, and then travel, take those results to Russia. So this is very important because these were some new legislation and rules and regulations introduced by our governor. Yeah, so we have to follow them. So the next point is that you should wait. Let me see. Yeah, so after you buy the tickets and take this negative COVID-19 result with you, upon traveling to Russia, before traveling to Russia, you should also fill in some arriving form. You can see it in the slide here at the bottom. So 10 days before your arrival. So we are not, we hope that you will all guys follow this instruction, and our colleagues from Adaptation Center will also be aware of you traveling to Russia, and I hope that all the procedures will be followed strictly and there will be absolutely no issues with that. So after you travel to Russia, you will have to, one of the buddies will accompany you from the airport to one of our dormitories, which was recently turned into a special place for the students to stay for around 14 days after you arrive to Russia. Yeah, so the cost is of 1 day is approximately 700 rubles, which is approximately 10 US dollars. So in this price, there is food and accommodation included. So basically, on the 10th to 12th day, you will have to again undergo this COVID-19 test. And after we get the negative results, I think you will be ready to now shift and study offline. So, and one more thing, yeah, about the accommodation. So after you undergo this isolation for 14 days, all those guys who paid 100%, as it was previously indicated in the mails again, they will be granted a room at the dormitory 100%, and those guys who paid half, they will have to see that there are available places at the dormitory. And if, for example, there is such issue that there will be no places, our colleagues will also be able to check in other dormitories, but it will take some time. And if there is still no places, then we also have some commercial options, which I think we can discuss in person. I suppose that the situation will be in your favor and you will get the room, of course. So this is pretty much it here.
Well, thank you, Mikhail. I would like to remind you that you can ask and type all of the questions into our question box on your Zoom control panel. Please use it for asking. We are bringing them all up, and at the end of our presentation, I think, not at the end, it's right now, we will answer all your questions. So I think we wrapped up with the presentation for today. Okay, and I've got the first one. I will read it aloud for you to understand what we are talking about. Number one, the COVID-19 test needs to be translated to Russian. If that's the case, it has to be done by an official certified translator or not. I will address this question to Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, so the answer is quite simple. It can either be translated into Russian or it can also be in English language, but it cannot be in your native language. So one of these, either you translate it with the, of course, with the services of the certified person, or you just make the result. So the result has to be in English, basically. So both of those options are possible.
Okay, guys, clearing it up. Translation must be either in English or translated by the official certified translator or power of attorney. in the translation agency, if it is translated to Russian. It can't be in your native language. Is that clear? No, no or yes? Okay, thank you. The next one. I already live in Yekaterinburg, and do I need also test COVID-19 or not? Again to Michael.
Yeah, so I suppose that you're from one of our non-visa countries, basically close to Russia. So either way, you will have to still cross the borders, leave Russian Federation, then enter Russian Federation, and all those procedures will be also applicable to your situation. So you will have to bring these negative COVID-19 test, which is not older than 3 days. And you will also have to undergo this 14 days isolation period. And of course, you will need that test either in Russian or in English language.
Okay, the next one, COVID-19 test should be done in my country or in Russia?
So it can, you see, before you travel to Russia, you have to make this test, undergo this procedure, and then carry those results to Russia. This is the first step. The second step is when you will be living in one of our dormitories for the 2 weeks time. You will also undergo one more test already here when you are in Russia. So basically, you will need those 2 tests in order to get the studies started offline. Yeah.
It's not astonishing or surprising that you all ask about COVID-19 and the situation about borders and about the certificate. Yes, that's right. The next question, can you introduce or suggest a trusted laboratory, or is any laboratory approved? Mike?
So this is quite a tough question. I hope that this will be a trusted laboratory. You will not do these tests on your own.
So I can add that in any case, our university medical center has the right to take these tests. It is official and approved, so it won't be a huge problem for you to pass the test. So you shouldn't worry. All the laboratories which work with the test, they are approved and they are official. And of course, your tutors on your arrival will help you to solve this problem. So this is not the question to worry about.
Okay, the next one. So we study online at home and then go to Russia for the exam in the winter, right? Yes, you do, I think. Mike?
I suppose that, again, the situation will depend on the epidemiological situation. So once the borders are open, and we hope that we are already allowed to initiate the process of visa invitation issuance by December. So you will be able to travel to Russia by January. So I suppose that yes.
Thank you. Question number 6. My questions are regarding insurance. When should we take our health insurance, before entering to Russia or after entering? Mike.
So about the health insurance, you can either buy the health insurance from your country, but it should also cover Russian Federation, the first possible option. The second possible option is that you travel to Russia, and from the point you land at our airport, one of the buddies from our university will take you to our colleagues from the adaptation center, and in that office you will also be able to buy this health insurance. And the price, I suppose that I already mentioned, the price starts from 3,500 rubles approximately, so $50, I suppose.
The next one, number 8. If any provision or contract with organization, please inform me with full details. Can you please clear up in more detailed way, what did you mean? If you are a contract-based student, your contract must be already done and issued, because all people presented in our first webinar have been enrolled. So it means either you are a student with a scholarship from the Ministry of Education of Russia, or contract student. Mike, do you have any suggestions? No? If we misunderstood you, please let us know in question box again, okay? The next one. I joined late. I missed the beginning. When our language course will start? For those who have missed the first part, I think Ekaterina will yes, remind once again.
So if you have already enrolled, you must get your greeting letter that has a schedule and explains some rules. If you didn't get this greeting letter, please let us know. You have your contacts, you have our contacts on the screen. Just send us email that you didn't get greeting letter and we'll send you. But please, before, check your email, because we
spam.
Yeah, and probably a spam box. Maybe you have the letter there.
Yes,
guys,
just a few words about the procedure as well. The procedure is simple. You're here, so we have your contacts. First of all, you had to have the language test. If you are beginners, you are in a group of beginners, and each group will start lessons and which start the study process step by step. You will be invited and you will have a certain date when you start. The first 8 groups start from today, and those who start, they know that today is the first day of their Russian language class. If you don't have any information, please contact our managers and we will clear up the situation when your classes start.
Thanks. Can I do the arrival application less than 10 days before departure? Michael?
Yeah, so I hope that you are now talking about this arrival form where you should notify us not less than 10 days before your arrival. You can also notify us earlier than 10 days, of course, but this is the minimum period. You should make sure that we know that you are coming to Russia, and we have to find you the person to meet you at the airport and to accompany you to the university. So there are no issues. So yes, you can also write this or fill this form in earlier than 10 days.
Okay, can we enter Russia before January?
So it depends again on the country of yours. I suppose that you are from which country? No, I cannot recognize your name, sorry. So it again depends on the number of criteria. So there are some countries which are allowed to travel to Russia, but we do not know the exact timing on how much time will it take us to issue this visa invitation. So basically, it can be possible potentially, but we cannot tell you 100%. So we are planning all the students to be able to travel to Russia by January. So just this is your day. I suppose that you should look at January as the most probable month of your arrival to Russia.
Thank you. From which date our preparatory course will get started? And the second one, how to take the health insurance policy. The first one goes to Ekaterina, the second to Mikhail.
So the first day of studying is today. Some groups are starting today. And those who start today, they must already get the greeting letter. And the closest group that will start, they will start like every day, and just check up your email every day about greeting letter. And if you don't need it, please contact us as well. We will see your name, and we will explain you when you start your study.
Insurance, скажи еще раз.
Yeah, and the question, the second part of the question about the health insurance, I suppose that if you are experiencing some issues with buying the health insurance from your country, you can also wait until you travel to Russia and buy it here on the spot. So our colleagues from the adaptation center will give you a hand with that, so there are no misunderstandings, because there were cases when the person bought the health insurance and the coverage of it was not, the Russia was not covered by this health insurance. So it's better not to risk and just buy this health insurance after your arrival to Russia.
Thank you. The next question was from a mother, I should suppose, because it was about the son and the scholarship in India and the presence currently in Dubai. Please, that person who asked this question, please contact us individually, because it takes time to settle things down with this question, and probably we will find the recommendation, but a bit later. At the end of the presentation, you will see at the last page of our today's presentation on the screen, you will see all our contacts, social channels, media. Please find our mail address and contact us there. The next one, when can we come to Russia? Again, the same question. Mike?
So the same question, the same answer. Basically, by January is the most likely, highly likely time for you to be able to travel to Russia. So January.
If I have a study visa, when can I enter Russia?
So I'm not fully aware of your situation, but I suppose that you have the study visa from another university, and in order to be able to join our university, you will have to again cross the borders of Russian Federation, then wait for our visa invitation to be sent to your email address, and then enter Russian Federation again using our visa invitation from our university, and basically it will happen by January again.
But if you have the study visa from Ministry of Education, if you are a scholarship student and you are ready to come, the situation with the borders is the priority. So check the situation with the borders, whether they are open or not. As soon as they are open, you're welcome to come, and you will start offline lessons as soon as the group will be ready to start the process offline with you. Sveta?
Okay, the next question. A few days ago, it was officially announced that foreign students will enter Russia by the end of September 2020. Merchants and students came to Russia even without the official reopening of the borders. But now I heard from you that we cannot come to Russia until the winter exam. Please explain about this. Thanks.
So, as I have already told you, if the border is open, you are welcome to come to UrFU Federal University. So, if you have the visa already, again, you can come. So the borders and the visa, these are the main things which help you to enter the country. If you still do not have the invitation, if you are a contract student, and if your country still is closed and Russia is closed for your country, it means that we think that you will be able to come in January. It doesn't mean that it is necessary so, but we try to be optimistic and pessimistic altogether. And we think that it will happen at the end of 2020. But who knows? So we still are waiting for the situation to clear up. But as soon as the borders are open, you have your invitation. You are welcome to come to Russia, to UrFU.
Okay, may I ask when we will start the online preparatory course? We have already mentioned it for many times, but we will tell it again that today is your first day for starting studying online. The next one. If we take our health insurance in the market that will cost us too much, does UrFU has provisions or any contract with insurance organization for their insurance? Yeah, Mike.
Yes, so as I have already mentioned that our university is partnering with some of the insurance companies, and one of the possible options for you to purchase the insurance is to buy it here on the spot while you will be here in Russia already. So, and the price I have already indicated.
And one more thing to mention, if you buy the health insurance in your country before your arrival to Russia, please keep in mind that it is much better that your insurance company has a kind of mediator company in Russia. It will make the whole procedure of any insurance cases easier, faster, and more simple. So just keep in mind that your company should be presented in Russia. There should be a kind of mediator company in Russia.
I have a kid 4 years old. I need information about my kid visa invitation. Mike?
I'm not actually aware of this situation about your kid. So can you also contact us personally, please, after this session is finished, because we have to get to know all the details in order to give the response, give the answer to this question, please.
How can I create an access to the university's platform in Moodle? Ekaterina?
So yes, thank you. Yes, so you will get anyway. You need to contact your tutor. You will have your group tutor, as I told you, and it's a person who will help you in all these questions. But anyway, in your instruction, student instruction, you will get this short instruction to get to Moodle platform. You just need to follow the link that will be indicated in this letter and just register. So do not worry, your tutor will help you in this process. Just ask her or him about it. Anyway, the first lesson, the first webinar that you will have with your teacher, they will explain you how to get this educational platform.
Thank you. How much is the health insurance cost per year in rubles if we buy after coming to Russia? Mike?
Yeah, so the price starts from 3,500 rubles again, so which is approximately $50 US. This is it.
Okay. If Russian and India agree on international travel in October, will UrFU send the invitation in October?
So as of today, we cannot tell you this, but I suppose that we will be also informed by our ministry, and hopefully that Indian people will be able to travel here as soon as possible, as well as the rest of you guys.
Can you advise me about the procedures for students who got Russian government scholarship? The question is too complicated and mixed, because if for enrollment, here is no problem, you've been enrolled. If it is about scholarship, we are settling things down right now and working on this question, how to give you this scholarship and how to open an account in the Russian bank without your personal presence here. And if you asked about the procedure of beginning of the year, my colleague will help me, Maria.
Yes. So the beginning of the year depends on your level of Russian language. If you are beginners or you are those who continue studying language, the procedure is almost the same, but a little bit different. Nevertheless, you start your education process online. As far as I know, those who are approved by the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Education also issue the visa for those students. So as soon as you get visa, you don't need invitation letter from our university. You get this visa, you inform us about that you are planning to come, you fill the form, and as soon as the borders are open, you are here. And all the procedure which Michael has already explained you about this isolation within 2 weeks and then the offline process, I think that they are quite clear. The education process is the following one. You get the greeting letter from your preparatory department tutor. You follow this link. Today, some of you have the first study day, have the first meeting with the teacher, with the tutor, and clear up all the questions you have. For those who didn't get a greeting letter yet, just wait, check your mail, and everything will be explained in this mail about the study process online. And then, as I have already told you, we are here waiting for you offline.
Thank you, Maria. Some Asian countries have problems online that they cannot study online. So what to do by January? I think we're talking about China right now. Ekaterina, Maria.
So, first of all, we need to clear up the question about what kind of problems you have. And this is a problem of your internet access to, for example, Zoom application. We will try to settle this question, but I think that there shouldn't be any problems with the access to Moodle platform of our university. So could you clear up in this chat box the question with the internet connection? What kind of problems you have?
Thank you. I think we missed one question before the current one. I applied to this university for engineering. In what month approximately are we going to take math, physics, and computer science classes?
Well, usually subject classes start from the second term, and usually they start from February. And at the beginning of the year, you will be subdivided into groups according to the direction of your education: economy, engineering, medical biology, humanitarian, and others. And then you will start your subject classes. So 2021, the beginning of the year.
How totally cost I can pay per month in Yekaterinburg? I think it was a question about life cost per month for like daily things, shopping, etc. It's up to you. It depends a lot. Unfortunately, it depends on the level of a person, but if any of my colleagues can advise it.
Well, I would say that on our website, RFL, Russian as a foreign language, .urfu.ru. If you visit this website of our preparatory department, you will find this information about how much money do you need for everyday living, how much does this or that cost in Russia and Yekaterinburg. Just have a visit to this website, check it, and it will clear up the question.
Yeah, guys, I would like to remind you that after our today's session, you will get the recording of this webinar, as well as all handbooks to guide you online and offline. We will show you all the contacts, all our social media at the end of our presentation. Don't worry, everything will be but in time. The next one. I need to do test of HIV before I travel or not?
I suppose that the HIV test will be needed for you in order to get the dormitory contract. So basically, after you travel to Russia, you will have to undergo this HIV test.
Is there any provision to change the course specialization for scholarship student before or after preparatory course?
Well, I would say that there is a procedure to change the specialty, but this is a procedure which takes time. So I recommend you to do this procedure in advance because it needs the official letter from the university, from the host university, that they agree to change the specialization. They need to have an approval from the Ministry of Education that they can change your direction. And also there needs your personal inquiry. Please help me to change the direction. That's it. For any further questions, you need to contact the Ministry of Education or your country curator or embassy.
Could you also let us know about the charge for dormitory per month?
Yes, so the dormitory price is approximately 13 to 1700 rubles per month. And the commercial options, which will be also available in case there will be some issues with our university's dormitory. The commercial options price range is from 7,000 to 13,000 rubles. So it's approximately from $100 up to $130. So this is it.
Thanks. What will be the duration of the preparatory course for beginners? Any suggestions for their quick learning?
Well, first of all, it depends on your motivation, on how you study, whether you study hard or not. So that's why it's quite a strange question, because we don't know you well, but we ourselves do our best to help you to study the language fast.
The next one. Hi, if we arrived in Russia, we will study online or offline? Again, if we arrived in Russia, we will study online or offline? Ekaterina or Maria?
So when you arrive to Russia, first, within 2 weeks, you will be in a special dormitory as a kind of isolation period. After this 2 weeks period, we form the group, and as soon as the group is formed and completed, you start offline lessons, offline classes at the Preparatory Department building on Chapaeva Street.
Thanks. What about Russian government scholarship? Need invitation letter or not?
As I have already told you, that there is no need to get an invitation letter from the university for government scholarship students. You should have already have your visa. So if you have your visa and the borders are open, we are waiting for you.
All students will study offline after January 2021. Mike?
Well, the students coming to Russia, as I have already told you, after 2 weeks, start studying offline when the group is completed and ready to start. So we want and we hope to start the offline process as soon as possible.
And now the question which has already been mentioned, what is the cost of rentals at the university dormitories? Also, do we pay monthly or for months in advance?
So the cost of the university's dormitory is again from 1,300 to 1,700 rubles per month, and I suppose that you can pay any month, any number of months in advance. So you can. I'm not sure whether you need, whether you must pay 1 month in advance, but we are sure that you should do so in order for you not to forget to make the payment, etc., etc. So better if the price is not so high, so better for you to pay for the whole year or at least half a year in advance. I suppose that half a year will be most likely. Yeah. So, and forget about this. Just focus on your studies.
Is there a provision for a change of the course after preparatory faculty? It was already mentioned. Again, it's complicated but possible. But you should start it beforehand.
Yes, just one more time to repeat that if you need this kind of movement, the shift from one direction to another, contact your tutor and we will tell you how to make this procedure, and do it in advance, please.
The next one, do you mean the groups that will start today? It's beginners, right? How can students with Russian scholarship government rent a room in a dormitory?
Students with the government scholarship are granted the dormitory room 100%, so you shouldn't worry. There are different type of groups, beginners as well as false beginners and other groups. Only those who get their greeting letter are starting today. Some of the groups are starting tomorrow. Some of the groups are starting from the day after tomorrow. Don't worry, check your mails and you will get the invitation to start the study process.
May I add some information? Students who are applied but didn't get your greeting invitation yet, please don't worry, because anyway you will get your greeting letter with all instructions to no more than 2 days before your first lesson. Please just check your email.
Thank you. Also, we have the internet access problem in our country, Afghanistan. It's the same question like with China or some Asian countries. Can you please repeat?
Well, guys, the issue is that as far as we start our year online in a distant course, of course, the internet connection is the priority, is a kind of prerequisite you need to have in order to start the course with us. So try to solve this issue. Try to find the way. Maybe try to get an access via special services which will help you to improve the internet connection, to get the access to different programs we provide and offer you to communicate through. So please write us those in private letters who will have no internet connection, for example, without any possibility to start the year online, and we will try to deal with it, try to solve it.
Thank you. I would like to remind you one more time, please check your spam box every day. Maybe your very missed letter or invitation letter got right there. Okay. The next one. I have visa was ended. If the airport is open between my country and Russia, do I need new visa and invitation? Mike?
Yes, so as I have just checked, you are the contract student. So basically, you will either way you will need the new visa invitation from our university in order for you to get to Russia and start the studies. So yes, please. I suppose that we already have all your documents, your passport, your translation. All of the things were given to us by your representative, and you just have to wait until we get this visa invitation, and we will send it to you as soon as we get any information about the borders being reopened, and hopefully it will be happening quite soon.
Thank you. The next is not a question, but the message. I love this air room. I love you guys, all teachers. Thank you very much. We love you too already. We see, unfortunately, not all of your pics and images, but still we feel that you're all here with us. Thank you. The next one, will the exams in university be written in Russian or in English? Exams in university will be written in Russian or in English?
The exams will be in Russian. But if you're going to English-speaking program, some of the exams can be in English, but usually we pass exams in Russian.
Thanks. Also, was the question about poor connection and electricity cuts in Zambia. I think the reply is the same as for Afghanistan and for China, right?
Guys, anyway, if you have some problems, of course, the internet connection is necessary thing that you need to have to learn distantly. But if you have some like electricity cuts or something like that, you can also tell your, if it's possible, to tell your tutor in advance that probably you can have some problems. Try to do it before the lesson or after the lesson. Like, give us some explanation if you, for example, are absent at the lesson. Of course, your student's instruction letter will consist all of these kinds of reasons that you need to tell us before. But yet, write us individually if you have some technical problems, so we try to see what to do.
Okay, so I have apartment in Russia. Lucky you. Can I live there, or I need to live in a hostel or a university dormitory?
So basically, if you have an apartment here in Russia, you can also stay there, but you will have to make the official registration and then report to our colleagues from the migration center. I suppose that we will solve this question individually upon your arrival to Russia. So, but the answer is yes, you can stay there, but you will also need the official registration.
Sorry, I didn't clear on the change of the course. Clarity, please. Thanks. Guys, if you have any more same questions, please contact us via mail, and we will clarify it one more time for those who are interested, but we have mentioned it already. Sorry, please forgive me for not understanding English very well. It's okay. You will study Russian here. Could you please tell me the specific online class time again? Thank you.
Yes, the specific of class time is you will have from 12 to 16 webinars, hours of webinars every week. It means you have from 6 to 8 webinars of Russian language a week. So one webinar is 2 hours. Yes, and you will also have from 12 to 16 self-study hours. Yes, I think is the answer.
Okay, if after the start of the group course we find out that my level of Russian language is higher than the group, is it possible to change the group to a higher level one?
Yes, of course it's possible. You just tell, probably your tutor will notice that and will offer you to change the group. But if you feel that you are higher, your level is higher, just ask your tutor and we will help you. We will change your group.
Thank you. Again, the question about the changing and switching to another course, please contact us, not the tutor, but our mailbox. It will be given on them soon. in our presentation and ask this question. After the borders are open, how long does it take to receive the invitation letter, Mike?
So basically, we have already mentioned, but I will shortly reply that it approximately takes 30 working days to get the visa invitation ready.
Thank you. And the last question today, we have replied on 50 once. I'm from Iraq and my country needs something to prove my invitation in the language course. How can I get it, knowing that I'm going online today?
So I suppose that you are speaking about this letter that proves that you are a student. You can just mail us, send us a mail, and we will prepare this paper and send it to you via mail. Basically, the procedure is simple again.
Yes, please contact us. And one more question about certificate of study is the same. Please, if you need on demand any certificate, confirming that you are a student here in UrFU, please contact us. We will send you. Now you will see on your screens the last page of our presentation with all our contacts, social channels, media. Please follow us everywhere and visit our web page. There are a lot of information, guidebooks, handbooks as well. A recorded version of this webinar will be available later. We will send you to your mailboxes. Don't forget to check your spam box as well. And yes, here it is. Here you will see our Instagram, Facebook, VK, our web page, and contact information about our department, and you can send us all needed questions. And now I think it's high time.
Yeah, now you will see the slide with our contact emails. Please have a look and write us. So here is Michael Kapyrin. Alexey, can you switch the next slide? Yes. So check the email address of Michael and email address of Preparatory Department Specialist. This is the rfl.urfu at urfu.ru. So all the questions you have, please send us ASAP, and we will try to help you with all the issues you have.
Yeah, thank you very much. Don't worry, after our session is over, you will get this presentation. Also, we will send it to those people who couldn't, unfortunately, join us today, as for the Latin America, the United States of America, because it's too late for them right now, so they will join us later. So don't worry, everything you will get after the session, and there you will find also our contacts and links to the social media. And now I think it's high time to finish unfortunately finish our today's presentation. We would be very happy if only we could hear and see you all offline, present here, but I hope this time will come soon. Anyway, and now we would like to show you the short video about the university and the next generation of our preparatory language courses students, how they can speak Russian right now. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for your attention. See you.